Find the simple interest obtained from an amount of 10,000 rupees at the rate of 10% per annum after 5 years. Here the principal is 10,000. Time is 5 years. Rate of interest is 10%. We have to find the simple interest. In percentage method, P equals 100%. So it can be written as 100 gives 10,000. Simple interest can be found by multiplying time and rate of interest. That is 10 into 5 equals 50. 50 gives what? By cross multiplying both sides, we get 5,000. Now let's solve using formula method. SI equals PNR divided by 100. Substituting the values we get 5,000. Therefore simple interest is rupees 5,000. A man invested rupees 7,000 at 5% rate of interest in a bank. He withdrew the interest together with rupees 2,000 of the principal amount after 3 years. But after 2 years, he closed the account. Find the total interest. Given that P1 equals 7,000, N1 equals 3 years, R equals 5%. SI1 equals 7,000 into 3 into 5 divided by 100 gives 1050. Here to find P2 we have to subtract 2,000 from 7,000. That is P2 equals 7,000 minus 2,000 gives 5,000, N2 equals 2 years. SI2 equals 5,000 into 2 into 5 divided by 100 gives 500. SI equals SI1 plus SI2. That is 1050 plus 500 gives 1550. Therefore the total interest is rupees 1550. In a bank, rupees 8,300 was invested by Prabhu at 4% simple interest. After few years, he withdrew the principal, together with the interest amounted to rupees 9,296. In another bank, Rupa invested 1/4 of Prabhu's principal paying 15% simple interest per annum for the same time. Find the amount received by Rupa from her bank. Given that P is rupees 8,300. R1 is 4%. A is 9,296. I1 equals 9,296 minus 8,300 gives 996. N equals 996 into 100 divided by 8,300 into 4 gives 3 years. Given that Rupa invested 1/4 of Prabha's principal. That is 1/4 into 8,300 gives 2075. N is 3 years. R2 is 15%. I2 equals 2075 into 3 into 15, divided by 100, gives 933.75. For 8 years, A invests rupees 16,000, at 3% simple interest. For another 6 years he invests the principal amount, and the simple interest, at the same rate of interest. Find the simple interest obtained after 6 years. Given that P1 is 16,000, N1 is 8 years, R is 3%. SI1 equals 16,000 into 8 into 3 divided by 100 gives 3,840. Here A equals P2, that is, 16,000 plus 3,840 gives 19,840. P2 is 19,840, N2 is 6 years, R is 3%. SI2 equals 19,840 into 6 into 3 divided by 100 gives 3,571.2. Therefore at the end of 6 years, the simple interest will be rupees 3,571.2. For 3 years, a man took a loan from a bank at the 7% per annum simple interest. He had to pay 3,150 rupees as interest. Find the principal amount. Here the simple interest is 3,150. Time is 3 years. Rate of interest is 7%. If 21 gives 3,150, then 100 gives what? Cross multiplying both sides, we get 15,000. By formula method. P equals 100 into I divided by Rn. Substituting the values we get 15,000. Therefore the principal amount is rupees 15,000. A man deposits a certain sum of money in a bank for 10% simple interest for 6 years. He receives a total amount of 46,240 rupees, then find the sum he had deposited in the bank. Here the total amount is 46,240. Time is 6 years. Rate of interest is 10%. We have to find the principal. In percentage method, if 160% gives 46,240, then 100% gives what? Cross multiplying both sides we get 28,900. By formula method P equals 100 into 8 divided by 100 plus NR. Substituting the values we get 28,900. Therefore principal is rupees 28,900. A person deposits a sum of money in a bank. For the first 4 years, he gets 12% per annum, for next 9 years, he gets 16% per annum, and for next 5 years, he gets 10% per annum. He gets rupees 1089 as simple interest for 18 years, then find the money deposited in that bank. Given that N1 is 4 years, R1 is 12%. N2 is 9 years, R2 is 16%. N3 is 5 years, R3 is 10%. Total rate of interest equals R1 into N1 plus R2 into N2 plus R3 into N3. That is, 12 into 4 plus 16 into 9 plus 10 into 5 gives 242. If 242 gives 1089, then 100 gives what? Cross multiplying both sides we get 1089 into 100 divided by 242 gives 450. Therefore the deposited money is rupees 450. For 5 years, a certain money was deposited at simple interest at some rate of interest. If it had been deposited at 7% higher rate, then it would have earned 630 rupees more. Find the deposited money. Total rate of more interest equals 7 into 5 gives 35%. We have to find the principal. If 35% gives 630, then 100% gives what? On cross multiplying, we get 1800. Therefore the principal is rupees 1800. In 8 years a certain sum of money amounted to rupees 30 less than the sum, at the rate of 12% simple interest. Find the sum. R equals 12%, N equals 8 years, I equals P minus 30. We all know that P equals SI into 100 divided by N into R. That is P minus 30 into 100 divided by 12 into 8. On solving we get P equals 750. Hence the principal amount is rupees 750. A lends rupees 1200 to B and some sum to C at 2% per annum simple interest for the same time. A altogether receives rupees 162 as interest from both B and C after 3 years. Find the sum lent to C. Here P1 equals 1200, N equals 3 years, R equals 2%. N equals 3 years, R equals 2%. We have to find P2. Both equals 162. SI1 plus SI2 equals both. 1200 into 2 into 3, by 100 plus P2 into 2 into 3, by 100 equals 162. On solving we get P2 equals 1500. Therefore the principal is rupees 1500. Rupees 3500 and some money was borrowed from B and C at the rate of 5%. A pays total money rupees 975 as simple interest to B and C after 3 years. Find the sum borrowed from C. It is given that the P1 is 3500, P2 is B plus C, R is 5%, N is 3 years. SI equals 975. SI1 plus SI2 equals SI. 3500 into 3 into 5. By 100 plus B plus C into 3 into 5. By 100 equals 975. On solving we get B plus C, that is P2 gives 3000. Therefore the sum borrowed from C is rupees 3000.